JW.
Hello, mate, you right?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, you've got
How's
it all
that
set.
work with the view of the back?
Lovely. Yeah, that's very good. Can we get a side profile? Have we not got the wide angle on?
What do you mean, with my nose?
How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How's everybody? How's the family? How are you and yours? Is everybody safe and well?
Yeah, really good. Safe and well, staying safe. We're actually down in Cornwall. We've got a place down here, which my house is a home office, so it gets used by people that work with me. So they're to and fro-ing. So because my wife's got a 84-year-old mother, she wants to look after her. So she's told me I've got to totally isolate myself. So I've ended up in Watergate Bay, bit of surfing, bit of walking, bit of sunshine.
Brilliant.
It's not been as bad as it's been for a lot of people, which...
You've got a nice tan. You're looking very, very healthy, actually.
Yeah. Well, it's yacht broking business. That's what you do. You've got to keep a tan, so it makes you look as though you travel the world.
I was laughing because, it's only you. I mean, at what point did you say to yourself, I tell you what, I'm going to be a yacht broker? I mean, where does that come from?
Well, it came from a mate of mine and we both sold businesses. So we had a little bit of money. And we had another mate that said, oh, there's a dealership for an English brand opening up. We want to open something in Port Banús in Spain. So we sort of thought about it. We thought, well, actually, we like Port Banús. We got a bit of money. Why don't we do it? So we went to the 2003 London Boat Show, sold a couple of boats, and then the rest is sort of history, really.
But surely you got to know. I mean, how did you come from a standing start on it? You didn't know anything about boats?
No, I knew that they floated on the water and that they had engines at the back that sort of propelled them. Apart from that, not a lot really. But in broking, it's not necessarily about that. It's about relationship management. So it's people, So if you understand what somebody wants and you understand what somebody's selling, then you're just really bridging the gap between the two.
But I guess I was sitting there thinking before we came on to chat. I mean, so theoretically, me sitting in my little flat in my one-bed studio apartment could go, tell you what, I'm going to be a yacht broker. Today, I think I'll be a yacht broker. It's got to be more to it than that.
Well, I think it's a little bit about realizing who your network is and what your skills are. And I sort of, my best skills, I guess, are communication and getting on with people. And, I've got quite a lot of wealthy people that you get to know over the time. And a lot of those people, when they're trying to buy something that's a bit not the normal for them, they need somebody that they can trust. And they need somebody to sort of guide them through. A bit like if you go on holiday to somewhere that you don't know, you need a good travel agent. So in the yachting world, there's so many things that can go wrong. You can buy the wrong product or buy the wrong boat. You can put it in the wrong marina. You can not have it maintained properly. All these different things that people need to trust somebody to be able to say, well, okay, I'm going to give Woody a call. He'll buy the boat for me. He'll look after it. He'll sell it for me at the end, and I trust him.
And where's the market? One from a selling point of view. Where are these boats? And I mean, are they what kind of price and what kind of size? I guess it varies, does it?
Well, it can be anything. At the moment, I'm selling a rib that's about 7 meters. And I'm also selling a super yacht that's 56 meters. So they range, but to a certain extent, they're exactly the same thing to the people that own them. They're a commodity. They want to get a particular price. They either want to buy it at a price or they want to sell it at a price. And so my job really is to find people that want to replicate what they want to do.
I mean, from the lockdown point of view, I guess when you're making these transactions, though, you have to go and meet clients and meet the guys that are selling them, check the boats, etc., etc. How does it work when you're sitting in your room in Cornwall?
Yeah, well, it's been a little bit different. I mean, Zoom's become quite a norm every day, but we've actually, it's been something that's changed the way that I've worked. So in a way, that's actually made it a bit better. I can focus on things. You know, for the last 2-3 years, I've probably been chasing the tail around the world, going to see different boats, variety of things. But now I can actually focus on only the things that I can do during lockdown. So as an example, you know, new boats. New boats are, you don't have to go and look around them. You can't necessarily look around them because they're not finished. You know the model, you know the price, you know the brand. So we've actually been quite busy. And in fact, with one Italian brand, we bought 2 boats in the last 2 weeks for clients, valued at, well, one was valued at 9, the other was valued at 6. So yeah, happy days.
Is there a demographic? Is it? Seeing, I'm thinking sort of oil-rich sheikhs would be the kind of people you'd be dealing with, or is it pretty much everybody?
It is everybody. It's everybody that's got a desire to get into boating, you know, and that ranges from, you know, a Premiership footballer that maybe doesn't want a boat, but he wants to charter one to try maybe get away with his family without sort of being in the public eye, through to, you know, I've got a billionaire client I talk to every day that's a telecoms guy, done pretty well, obviously at that level, lives in Greece. And yeah, currently I've bought 4 boats for him, which are around different places in the world at the moment. One in Miami, one in Athens, and 2 in France.
What kind of? I mean, it's difficult, obviously, when you're sitting there and I'm sitting here. Describe. I mean, I'm thinking just we are talking luxury here. I mean, when you say a boat, what is it? Is it like a? Tell me about these things.
Well, probably the best one is to look at the super yacht, the 56-meter super yacht. If you go on the internet, you'll see a boat called Bash, B-A-S-H, and it's a Bonetti, was made in 2012. It's got 6 cabins, so it houses 12 guests on board. It's got 3 floors. It's got an elevator in the middle of it, and it also runs 13 crew. So it's a bit like a mini hotel stroke, very large, you know, or house somewhere, but this thing floats and it goes right around the world.
Do you get a go on them?
Yeah, everybody says it must be beautiful, you know, the idea of being able to get out on boats. And yeah, you do, but you actually don't appreciate it as much because you're working. You know, all the crew, sure. I pay their salaries, I get involved in all the staff complaints, I get involved in their contracts. So when you're on board, there's slight different of relationship. It's not one of relaxation. I'm working, really.
You say you're selling. What about the charter business? Because is it still sort of? I guess it's got to be high end. I suppose wealthy people. How does that compare to the selling? Which is more popular, the chartering or the selling?
Well, selling comes once every year, once every couple of years on the larger yachts. Charter can be every week. So at the moment, it's quite active because there's a lot of people at home, you know, they've got a bit of money, but they're still confined to their 4 walls. And all they're doing is about dreaming about what's going to happen after the lockdown. So we've actually booked 4 charters for August and September. that people have made the decisions and booked the charters actually during this lockdown period. I think a lot more people have a lot more time to think about things and plan things. Whereas if you've got a busy workload, it's only at weekends maybe that you sort of sit down and think. So yeah, it's been quite good. And we've also added some little clauses to say, look, if COVID-19 is still around at the time and we can't deliver the boat, or you can't get to the boat because of any regulations, then great, we'll cancel the agreement and maybe book for another time.
And how does this manifest itself? Where are these boats? When they charter them, what do? They charter them for a couple of weeks and sail where?
Well, it depends. I mean, we've got 2 charters for Monaco, and as an example, you get on in Monaco, you head along the Italian coast, you head down to somewhere like Sardinia, maybe Sicily, you go around Corsica, and then you head back. So each day you've got something that's a bit different. You're more outside a little bay, maybe go into the beach restaurants, you come back, play with the toys. There's 2 jet skis, sea bobs, jet tender. There's everything you need to just enjoy yourself. But the great thing, I mean, there was a recent thing, somebody actually jumped on a boat at the beginning of lockdown just so that they could be away from any of the restrictions. I'm not sure how good that's going to be, because they're actually floating around in the ocean at the moment, not able to go anywhere because none of the ports will let them in. But yeah, it's just a bit of freedom. It's time away. And for some people that don't actually want to own a boat and have all the costs, it's a great option to spend some time on a boat. It's expensive. You know, we charge...
How much does it cost?
Well, we charge for Bash, we charge £250,000 a week.
Wow.
And on top of that, they pay about 100,000 for fuel and
wow.
food and things. And they also give a tip to the crew, which is normally about 30,000.
Wow. Who are these people? Where are they?
There's lots of them around.
To their next party.
There are lots of them around. You know them all in the football world. You know, there's...
Is it popular with footballers?
Yeah, it's a great thing from a football perspective, because you're actually out in the water. You don't have to be in a bar or a restaurant in the middle of a busy tourist resort where everybody's...
Sure. So no hassle, basically.
No hassle. You're away. You've got your friends. You've got your family. And, you know, at that level, it's the same cost as if you had a boat for a year, and but you actually don't have the headache, and you still get the enjoyment.
Do you need a cabin boy?
We need you. Do you know anybody young that could do that?
Listen, last one for you. I know you're a mad Bournemouth fan, because you're actually doing some commercial stuff. I have done for a good while, and for the club, and you're very close to them. What happens now? Will they stay up? Will they go down? What will happen with the season? Come on, what's the inside track?
Well, I don't know the total inside track. I don't think anybody knows fully, but I think if you look commercially at the Premier League, you've got rights holders like BT Sport, Sky, Amazon, that have all paid a lot of money for a product. And at the moment, all of the clubs are in a situation whereby they haven't been able to deliver that product. So you're going to have one or two situations. They're either going to stop the season now, not play it, and all of the clubs are going to have to pay maybe 30, 40 million back to the rights holders for non-delivery. Or what's more than likely, I reckon, is that we'll probably have a summer of football in July. Probably there's 9 or 10 games left, I think. We'll probably cram those all into 4 weeks, maybe behind doors, but certainly televised. And we'll get rid of the whole season. We'll get Liverpool promoted, and we'll get Bournemouth out of that third position, because all our injured players who have been out for most of the season are going to be back and fit. It's going to be great.
I've heard your phone beeping. How many yachts have you sold in the last 20 minutes, or how many charters have you got? You're allowed to look now.
No, listen, I'm focused totally on your tremendous interview style, which is reputational in the industry. So I'm absolutely 100 focused, but I will have a look later on. But it might be one of my surfing mates wanting me to get out in the surf, because it's about 3 to 4 feet today, and
Brilliant.
a nice swell, so it works well.
Hey, listen, John, lovely talking to you. Take care of yourself, and we'll catch up very soon.
Yeah, love it. Good to talk to you, Rob. Stay safe.
Cheers, mate.
See you, mate. Bye.